Imagine you are a black person, black man or a black woman, and you really are interested in another individual. Now, let's just say you're highly educated, you take care of yourself, you have something to offer. You really, really want to be with somebody in your community. And then that other person tells you, you know what, you're a nice person and all, but you're black. You're not my preference. And they're also black. How would that make you feel? Well, we want to look at two different worlds of how it affects both genders. How do black women experience this? And how do black men experience this? Well, first, I want to go to the clip where you have a very attractive black woman who's going to let us know how she feels about being rejected by a black man that she was interested in because she, as a black woman, was not his preference. Let's get into the video.
Say to me that he thought I was beautiful, he thought I was hilarious, he thought I was brilliant, and that the only thing keeping him from shooting his shot is that black women are not his preference. Now, I believe that in his heart of hearts, he believed that that was a compliment. But in fact, it was the exact opposite. Not only is it insulting, but to have your male counterpart, the only one outside of other black women who knows what it's like to try to navigate this world and this society with this skin, use this skin against you, that is so very hurtful. It is so hurtful, and beyond hurtful, it is frustrating because it's disappointing as fuck. And before you even try to come at me talking about it's just preference, fuck that. It's a cop-out. Everyone has preferences. Everyone has something that they prefer in terms of attraction and what they're looking for in a partner. So this has nothing to do with preferences, because I shouldn't have to shit on the thing that is not my preference in order to make my preference known. That's giving brokenness. It's giving internalized self-hatred. It's giving internalized white supremacy. And again, it's disappointing. At the end of the day, Brett didn't have to say not nan one word. If he had already made it up in his mind that I didn't fit within his preferences, then he should have kept his mouth shut. And the truth of the matter is, I am a beautiful person. I am a hilarious person. I am a brilliant person. And I am also a black woman. And for him to see all those things in me as a person and then stop short because I'm a black woman, honestly, I feel like makes him worse than the very people who have spent years and have spent centuries trying to tell us that we are not good enough, trying to tell us that we are less than, because you know better. Because they are out here every single day spreading lies and spreading falsities about you as a black man that you know are not true. So why are they not true about you, but then all of a sudden they ain't nothing but the truth when it comes to me? Black women are not your preference. That's fine. I can guarantee you not a single one of us is pressed about that. What we're pressed about is that you can't just like what you like quietly. So can you just please stop with the TikToks and the podcasts and writing dissertations on why. We don't need to know why. Just don't date us. All the while continuing to reap the benefits of our support and our affinity when the rest of the world tries to tell you you ain't worth a damn. Must be nice to have the best of both worlds.
She made some interesting points. Some I agree with, many I agree with. Again, I understand her being hurt. I understand her being rejected. And that guy, if he didn't like black women, he didn't need to say it. Those are things I agree with. But here's the difference. She's a good-looking lady, for sure. Here's what we're not talking about, though. The honest fact that this guy that she wanted didn't want her. That's why she's upset. How many guys do black women say that you're too short, you're too broke, you're dusty, you don't have enough money? Oh, we hear it all the time. I don't want no scrubs. Remember that song? Yeah, we know who y'all's talking about. You was talking about black men. But see, the issue is now when a black man builds himself up and he don't want to deal with you because, again, we have problems in the black culture. and they're tired of dealing with that sort of affinity and all that stuff that y'all dealing with, it's a problem, right? Because it hurts. And I can see how it hurts. But you don't think that hurts black men? Black men have feelings too. And all this about black women supporting black men all the time, we gonna be real. Why you think that brother told you that? Do you think he told you that because he felt that black women support him? Be real. No, he told you that black women are his preference or not his preference for a reason. And it wasn't the reason that black women love me and they support me. That's not how he was feeling. But see, while you're out here making this case about black women have preferences or black men have preferences and you want him to be quiet, I want to play a video of this divestor telling black women to avoid black men who have a preference for black women. See, we gonna hear the flip side of the coin. You're not telling her to be quiet, but see, let's hear what she has to say. Now, what we're gonna do is listen to a video of this 60-year-old black woman who's a divestor tell black women to be careful when black men prefer you. You know, throwing all black men into the box. This is the opposite of what this woman just said. So if black men have a preference that's not black women, they're upset. And in this case, if black men do prefer black women, they're also upset. This is a divestor, okay?
What it's like to be a black man's preference. You know, and it's really not good. It's not. You know, once upon a time, I think black women thought that they were taking you ladies. And they were putting you up on pedestals and they were just worshiping the ground you walk on. I mean, you know, because they were, oh, you're so pretty, your skin, your hair, your eyes, your demeanor, all of these things that they say they want, right? But how do they actually treat you? You know, black women have been saying this to the preferences. You're getting the same black man. The truth of the matter is, I think you're actually getting a worse version of these guys because they don't want you as people. They want you as objects. And when they get you, how do they treat you? Look at your out of wedlock birth stats. Look at your domestic violence rates. Look at them unaliving you too. They're not treating you like they value you. They're treating you like, they're treating you worse than they treat us. So if I were you, I would really watch out when a black man says that you're his preference. You're his preference for what? To do what? To treat you how? They're not taking you away and putting you in a home in the suburbs and, you know, and loving on the children that you create together. Look how many mixed kids are in foster care. Ladies, it's good not to be the preference. And if a man says that you are his preference, really look closely and try to understand why. Why? Is it because he can think he can get away with even more deviant behavior? Or is it just out of self-hatred? Because I'm telling you, one of the two, or both. It is what it is.
So you heard that. Now we have a lady saying if black men prefer you, something is wrong with that because they look at you as objects. They don't want to take care of you. Like, look at all of the mixed kids in foster care. You see, like, look at the out of wedlock births and all of this stuff, right? So, damned if you do from the first person, damned if you don't on the second person. But the reality is, you know, let's deal with it for what it is. A lot of these black men can't do enough for many of these women in the first place. If you don't prefer black women and you build yourself up and go someplace else, then how dare you? You don't want to take care of us. If you do want to prefer black women, in some aspects, well, who are you? You know, you're not gonna buy me anything. You're not gonna do anything for me. You can't take care of me. So with that kind of attitude, do you think any kind of man wants to be incentivized to be with you? What is the incentive of being with somebody like that? And that's what a lot of ladies on the internet don't understand. It's just like any kind of a, mixed economy or capitalist economy. It's the same thing on the dating market. People have to be incentivized to do business with you. That's the case in America, which is why America is a great nation, a great capitalist nation. You're incentivized to innovate. You're incentivized to do better. You're incentivized to take things to the next level. You can become a business owner, you get tax breaks. You're productive, the country rewards you. Same thing on the dating market. If you're a woman and you're beautiful, you're incentivized, right? It's an incentive to keep yourself looking good. If you're a nice acting lady, yeah, you can get married. It incentivizes men to do better for women like that. But if you're the lady at the end and a little bit in the beginning, what are you giving black men to choose from? That's the thing. You see, it's not always what you look like. It's about how you act. And how you act is important for a man that can say no. See, it's different if you're a man that can't say no, like in the first place. I think the lady's name was Paige. We'll put her TikTok name out there and everything like that. I forgot, her name was Paige something, I forgot. Beautiful lady. But for a man that can say no, it doesn't matter that you're beautiful. Because the activity of how somebody behaves is better. The lady at the end, we're not even gonna get into her. But for a black man that wants to take care of a black woman, let's tell these other black women that these guys don't have anything to offer. Imagine a black man saying about black women and he'd be banned off TikTok, he'd be banned off YouTube. Wouldn't even have a chance to even have a channel. The reality is that the last lady is sick. Something is definitely wrong with her, okay? And the whole situation is that, look, it hurts if you tell a black woman, I don't prefer you. But it also hurts if you tell a black man, we don't prefer you all also. If you tell black men, you're broke. If you tell them, you're dusty. If you tell them, you can't give me nothing. I can do bad all by myself. And then when you get to the league of guys that you want to have a different attitude for, and they don't want to deal with you, now you're upset. That's the difference. For the black men that can say no, that's who y'all are upset about. You don't care about anybody else, we get it. But it also hurts. Black men have feelings too. Just like the first young lady said in her video. Yes, she was hurt. Yes, she was offended. And yes, black women who have a preference for a guy and they get rejected, it hurts. But you don't think that black men also experience the same pain? When we hear women that are swirlers saying, hey, we got a white husband, or, we might, it could affect you in a certain way. Or you don't have enough money, or you're not smart enough to deal with me. Yeah, that also hurts. Be considerate of the other side's feelings too, and not just your own. And then maybe, just maybe, we can have a conversation in the future about it. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back with another episode of Fair Use. I'm out.